We have Grant Buntje. He's the VP of Marketing at the Mall of America, and also Sara Johnson. She's the Integrated Marketing Manager, and they're going to share with you how they've really helped their brands and their stores within the mall. Okay, guys, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. Hi, everyone. How's it going? As Lisa mentioned, I'm Sarah, so the Integrated Marketing Manager with Grant, and we are excited to talk to you about a new service that we're now offering, but also want to set the stage for just who we are. Raise up hands, who's familiar with Mall of America, or have you been? Oh, okay, much better than I was thinking. Thought we were going to have some educational components, but wonderful to see. So we're excited to talk to you today about connecting the retail experience to the online world and what that looks like for a shopping center of our scale. Okay, I'm going to try to multitask, skip through us. So a little bit about who we are, just to show the vastness of what our property is. Again, a lot of you are familiar, which is wonderful, but we're pretty large. So the way we look at ourselves is an experiential destination. So we're more than just retail. So our motto is shop, dine, stay, play. And what does that mean? So we have 40 million annual visitors. Caveat, this was prior to the pandemic. We're getting near that again once the borders officially open from a tourism standpoint, knowing that we have 40% tourists that come into our space. Over 520 tenants, 5.6 million square feet, 400 events a year, 27 rides within our theme park, which is located in the middle, 7 acres, and we have an economic impact of $3.8 billion. So no small feat. So to paint the picture of what and the opportunity is for a property of our scale. So we have over 46 million shoppers within our day drive to our space. So setting you guys up for where we're going with this. Breaking it down a little bit further of what we look at our demographics as, we have 3 different categories. So our local demographic, which is 35 miles from Mall of America. We have our day trip, which is upwards of 150. And then we have our drive, which is 500 plus. Knowing we're a tourist destination, we reach outside our space. And to set it up even further is who we are. What are we trying to instill for people who come into our space? And that's love moments. So if you come into our space and you ride an attraction of sorts and you're like, that was the best day ever, love moment. You went to a retailer and you found an amazing product and you didn't think you were gonna find it, best day ever, love moment. You dined at a restaurant, it was amazing. Love moment. So we're always looking to take it to that next step, connect with people, so that they essentially come back to us moving forward. So I'm going to set the stage and show you our brand spot to really showcase scale and variety. So setting the stage, and I'm going to hand it over to Grant, so we're tag teaming this a little bit. We're doing it differently, but he's going to dive into the technology and where we're going as a brand moving forward.
Thank you, Sarah. So, creating those love moments is really a core value of our brand, and we do that across a lot of different ways. But as the marketing team, we're really here to support our retail and tenants at Mall of America by driving traffic, increasing sales, and we do that across a lot of different ways. Sarah talked about the size and the scale, the events, different components that we have at Mall of America. But one of the new things is we really wanted to help connect that physical to digital question around shopping centers. And so we're here to talk to you about Shop MOA, which is something that has been on our table for a couple of years now, and we launched this year. So we really are looking to connect to that in-person Mall of America experience, that discovery, that joy of shopping, that finding that item at one retailer and another retailer. It's the success of a mall and bringing that online. And why we're doing that is we want to increase the brand awareness of the stores at the mall, that foot traffic that I talked about, and then obviously loyalty as well. One of the challenges with that is, when you have 500 plus tenants, how do you make sure that we have the most accurate information? How do we make sure that we have the most accurate product inventory to tell to the customers? And then how do we create that seamless shopping experience that is so near and dear to us on property, online? So, So, one of the things that we really did is the opportunity was just to reach out to new audiences and say, hey, if you could shop Mall of America, like how would you do that online? What do you want that to be? And then we want to leverage our existing retailer relationships to create that unique online experience. And we've done that both directly with our retailers and sometimes indirectly as well, that I'm going to touch on. And then we really wanted to win on convenience, right? If we're going to be online and have that presence, what does convenience mean to us? What does that mean for our shoppers? What does convenience mean, and how can we deliver that for us? So this is Shop MOA, and it is an online marketplace of 70 plus retailers at Mall of America, over 100,000 SKUs across those retailers, all on our Mall of America website. And before we get into the video to show you a little bit of what that looks like, I'll describe to you why we're doing it and what is the core components of it. The biggest piece of it is you can shop across multiple retailers with one universal cart. So you can shop H&M and Zara and Macy's, pick items from each of those stores, have them be out in one single cart, check out, choose if you want those items to be picked up at a Mall of America location or delivered same day within a couple hours to your house within 20 miles. So what that means is we're reaching a new audience. We're talking about new data from a mall perspective, right? We are seeing how people are cross-shopping across retailers that we don't have anywhere else. So there's a lot of benefits to what we're doing. There's a lot of technology that goes into the back end of it, and I'll show this video and I'll give you a little bit more as well. So as you can see, that is the front end. That is the guest perspective of everything. We launched in fall of this year for back to school with 15 retailers. We did that with a temporary Mall of America location and on pickup and curbside only. And what happens behind the scenes when a purchase is made is we have a team actually that is shopping the physical stores. So we have a central location at Mall of America where an order comes in and then we go and purchase it directly from the stores. So think very similar to a Shipt or an Instacart shopper who's shopping a location. We are doing that, but just within the Mall of America property. After back to school, we learned a lot. Right? This is new to us. This is a new way to shop for our guests. We talked with the people that were using it. We gathered those shopper and data inputs from the website and adjusted our technology and strategy for holiday. So we relaunched during the holiday time period with 70 retailers. We are in the midst of adding more and then added local delivery. And local delivery really changed a lot of the value proposition with this, is we saw a really strong amount of people that were using local delivery to get those products faster than they can get from an e-commerce, traditional e-commerce retailer. And then we did a lot of trial and discount and promotions, right? Just trying to see what works, partnering with retailers on those different options and seeing what's going on from that standpoint. So Sarah can talk a little bit about what we did from the marketing standpoint.
I swear we practiced beforehand. So from a marketing standpoint, from Grant, what he already expressed, back to school was our trial. So we were really looking at dipping our toes in, that awareness was a goal, but of course just gathering insights and seeing how people were going to take to it. What do they think? What do we need to do to adjust to move forward? So our approach was pretty lean in this scheme of, we had our earned channels, so website, email, so on and so forth. And then we also layered in digital and social. So from a digital standpoint, it was very search driven. And then of course social as well. I do want to note, and the caveat for our back to school campaign was socially led, primarily with TikTok. So social was a big piece of the puzzle. And we took those learnings, realized people were interested, we saw great engagement, but we really needed to take it to the next step and layer in that conversion base. So as we led into holiday, we were looking again, awareness, educating people on what we are, but then also how do we get people to take the next step and actually make a purchase. So holiday, as people in retail, as you know, it's the Super Bowl timeframe for us. So we really went with a full omni-channel approach and dove in across the board, which led us to some really interesting insights. I'm not gonna dig deep into all the different caveats of what worked and what didn't, but I do wanna talk about one specifically, which was the beautiful blend of our earned and paid. So we did send out 2 direct mailers throughout the holiday timeframe, one in November, one in December. I wanna talk about the December one, which was 2 weeks out from Christmas. So at that point, we had already heard from Amazon that they're like, you know what, if you don't order now, products aren't gonna be available, which is where we come into play. So we sent out to 70,000 households from a 10-mile radius of Mall of America with a 15% discount code for Shop MOA. And we did have free delivery at this time, like Grant had mentioned. Someone took this discount code, added it to a Lego Reddit thread. We have a big Lego store at Mall of America, and essentially it blew up. Apparently, we only offer a very specific Lego set that everyone was looking for. So some interesting components of that were the average basket size specific to Lego was between $500 and $800. These were really specific Lego sets, which was fascinating. And we also had over 100,000 in abandoned carts for Lego products alone from customers outside of our 10-mile radius. So I think you guys are following along of where we're going with this and what that looks like for us moving forward with this service.
Thank you. So, we talk about learnings, right? Like we've been here for 2 days now, and we've learned so much from the different people that we've met, and we continue to learn about this program as well. From an operational standpoint, there's the size and scale of Mall of America makes this a challenge, but it also has a great opportunity. So, we saw 60% of our orders were delivered, 40% were picked up. Most orders were delivered same day, with pickup happening a day or 2 later. We actually talked with a lot of guests that were pre-shopping their trip to Mall of America. So they wanted to enjoy their shopping trip. They wanted to discover new items, but they knew they needed these 3 things. So they were shopping Mall of America for those 3 items to pick up on their way in as well. The typical order was shopped and picked with under an hour. We are working directly with our highest volume retailers to help streamline some of those shopping trips to that, and a large number of users were outside the delivery and pickup radius. So Sarah mentioned that, and we know that there's a big, strong desire for us to be able to get and expand that radius next year. From the retailers, right? Our job is to really support retailers. So we wanted to do this with them and have minimal lift on their side. So there are some retailers of that 70 retailers that are active on Mall of America that really are not, they're not directly in contact with us to be part of that program. So we have different retailers that are feeding us their inventory directly, but other ones we are passively getting their online inventory and shopping their store just like any other person. But we all see a growing interest from the brands to connect with customers in this way. So we're having a lot of meetings with brands that are looking to open stores at Mall of America or be part of this program as we go forward. From our guest perspective, and this is from the data from our guests and a lot of guest intercepts that we've been doing as well, there's an educational component, right? I'm sitting up here and I'm talking to you guys about this. We don't have that opportunity for every shopper. So we need to make sure that we are really clear on the benefits of that the service provides to them. And then most shoppers didn't know that we had personal shoppers. They thought that we were getting these products directly from the store without any sort of personal shopping experience. And then they wish they had more options on how to get their orders. So we're talking about shipping and different partners from that standpoint as we move into 2022. So where are we taking this? I mean, at the end of the day, the technology that I'm talking about allows us the ability to take this in a lot of different ways. But I think where we're going from is offering a lot more personalization. So I think the panel up here right before us was talking personalization and really offering those shoppers as experts on how to shop Mall of America. So we're switching from a user search-led product discovery to more of personal recommendations for products on Shop MOA, and then from a discount strategy into one that offers a premium service. So. And then the last piece is we're actually talking about integrating it into our new loyalty program for the following year as well. So we are in the midst of building a mall-wide loyalty program that will work in hand with Shop MOA. So that is Shop MOA in a nutshell. I'm sure there's lots of questions on how we're doing this and what are the benefits and who we're seeing using that. So I'll sort of open it up to the group out there.
Wow, you guys are tight. Got this going. That's great. I thought I'd be standing. Oh, we do have questions. Oh, well, we'll start and I'll work back.
Super interesting. Thank you. Curious in terms of the delivery of the service. Are you guys going to be developing an app or kind of reimagining your app as part of the service?
Yeah, great question. So right now it is not on our app. We do have a Mall of America app, but as we bring loyalty to Mall of America, the goal is that it will be part and integral into our app with loyalty as well.
Hey guys, fellow Minnesotan. You mentioned finding a new audience. Were you actually finding, new people that have not shopped, I keep doing this, that have not shopped at Mall of America and surveyed them, or what was your thinking on that?
Yeah, so we're seeing a cross section, right? It's interesting because Mall of America is a different place to different people, right? It is the local shopping center for people within that close radius that Sarah talked about. But it is also a destination for those that are looking for a different type of trip as well. So we actively are engaging with this platform in new shoppers, and we have in our guest intercepts afterwards, it isn't our monthly shopper at Mall of America that is shopping with us at Shop MOA.
Hi, Grant. Just a curious question. I'm thinking through the shopping experience in my mind and understanding that most retailers on their e-com site have inventory that's not necessarily in their stores. How are you able to make local inventory available through your website for people to pick from?
It's complicated. We have a great technology partner that allows us to basically, for the retailers where we don't have a direct tie into their inventory, we basically can crawl or search their online inventory at our location. So some of those 70 brands that are on Shop MOA, we are crawling their inventory on their website in real time and mirroring that on our website.
Kind of a follow-up to that, I was curious about build versus partner, just all the elements of creating the experience and delivering it. I didn't see a DoorDash logo there. Like, do those drivers all work for you, and how do you kind of make those decisions in terms of what to do and when to partner?
It's it's definitely, we have partners with this experience. A lot of the inventory pieces is with a technology partner out of Canada called AdeptMind that has been integral in building this out with us. A lot of what we do at Mall of America is with partners, and we'll continue to do this as we build this out. Obviously, there's pieces of this that is proprietary that we've built, but it is a combination of those both.
Okay, we have one last question.
Hi, John with Maverick. I was just curious, as you're bringing the shopping experience to the digital space for your customers, have you given any thought, or has it been considered how to bring sort of the experiential component of Mall of America to the virtual space? Just curious if that's something that's been considered.
Yes, I think where we see this going in the next couple of years is within that space too, right? Like, it is that joy of shopping, right? That joy of discovery that's out there. The first step is really getting that total mall inventory out there. But as we've sat here the last couple of days and learned from these other retailers, and there's more to a brand besides their product. And we want to make sure that we are providing a solution that has the ability for Forever 21 to not just have their product available, but have their brand story available on our digital marketplace as well.
Well, thank you so much, Grant and Sarah. I really appreciate it. That was a great presentation.